Hi, my name is Gisela Marti and I am the Creative Director for Tammy Taylor Nails. Finally, spring is here and with it, the beautiful, vibrant, but soft colors. The design that I'm going to share with you today has been inspired with the spring colors. I have called it Dragonfly Fantasy. We're going to be using the painting technique, the canvas, your client's nail. The guest artist, Tammy Taylor, Prizma Powderz. So, let's get started. For these Dragonfly Fantasy designs, the product that you need are the following. The light peach from the Prizma colors, the magenta, and the turquoise blue. We will be working with the Sugar and Spice and Mostly Nice collection, Silver Chrome. You're gonna need the clear powder. We are gonna work with the following tools. You need the dotting tool, the three-dimensional brush, and the bowl striper. Also, the pointy tweezers. You're gonna be working with the A+ liquid, brush cleaner, and the Clean It. As Dappen dishes, we need the Prizma Dappen Dish and the clear Dappen Dish. To finish with the Top Gel Plus and of course the oil for Nourish. Last but not least, your wipes and your towelettes. Well, let's start with the painting technique. And the painting technique is very simple. We're gonna be working with a lot of liquid. And the application is going to be exactly as if you were painting a canvas. So I'm going to dip into my liquid and I'm going to take a small amount of the color that I desire for my background. I'm going to place it, and once I place it, I'm going to, with all my liquid, I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to difuminate it. Again, remember, you're going to apply whatever you want the color as it's going to emphasize your background. I'm using my turquoise blue, placing it in those strategic places that I want more my color. You can see that I have darker over here, and a darker on the other side. So I want to add a little bit more of color to my background. So I'm going to take my silver chrome, same way, and I'm going to apply it on the area that I want that to be. See? Now we have two different tones on the background. This technique is awesome when you have a person with an old design and all what he wants is a change of look. So you file the nail, completely smooth the nail, and then you start painting the background of the nail. I already achieved over here my background, the colors that I want on my background. So I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds until it dries, and then I'm gonna proceed with my three-dimensional, which also is gonna have the painting technique. Okay, now that the background is completely dry, what we are gonna do is we're gonna map the design with a pen. And I'm going to be drawing over here the wing of my dragonfly. That's one. The bottom wing. Let me show it to you. Now, I have to think where I'm going to be putting all my stones, which it would be the body of my dragonfly and the direction that it's going to go, so I can draw my other two wings. And in this particular case, one would be here, and another will be coming from here. Remember, on a dragonfly, the wings are longer than on the butterfly. So now I already have the map of where I'm going to be applying my colors. With your three-dimensional brush, we're gonna dip two colors. We're gonna be dipping the peach into the magenta, and we're gonna place it and pat as much as possible to flatten the color. So, a big size ball, dip into the magenta, and now place it. Go for liquid because we want to be sure that we paint what we already draw. Once again, if you're missing, you go back, dip, and place it now the opposite side. With a lot of liquid, you're going to smooth to create that wing, which is going to be long. Remember, it's a dragonfly. Now, I want to be sure that I mark the center and that I paint a little bit the center with a tiny ball of my magenta, which would be over here. And since it's so liquidy, it's just going to be like aquarelle right there. I'm going to take my dotting tool and I'm going to draw some holes on the wing as a design for the wing of my dragonfly. Let's go for the second one. And we're going to do exactly the same procedure for each one of the wing. Dip, place, wait till it starts to be shiny, take more liquid, push it to the center, and then bring it all the way down like you're painting. And don't worry about the marks of the marker because they will disappear as you're placing your product. Very liquidy. And that's my second wing. And I'm going to bring it a little bit more up. Place a little bit more to the center with a tiny ball right in here, close to my other one. And then start painting for shadows. Whatever you want more color, you're gonna apply that liquid acrylic. See how beautiful start to look already? Again, I'm going to design my wings. You can position the small holes whichever way you want. In this particular case, I made one bigger than the other ones. That's my two wings. The same way that I did over here, I'm going to do on the other side. Dip. Take your first color, dip into your second color, and place it. Once start to run, push it up, and then with a lot of liquid, you start painting that wing. Bring it down. Second one. Right there. Let it run, and now backstroke as you're painting. Again, put some color on the center, very watery. With my dotting tool, again, let me mark this because remember the product is flowing, still flowing, and if you have to remark, remark. My last one, dip into the magenta, place it, wait till it flows, and then with a lot of liquid, bring it up. As you're painting. Down and finish the wing. Whenever you're painting or you're making those areas that you want to shadow, be sure that it's a very small amount with a lot of liquid. I already have over here the wings of my dragonfly. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait till my wings are dry so I can put the stones. If you have to remark, be sure to remark to create those beautiful empty spaces that it will give an awesome effect. Now I'm going to put now on the center the body of my dragonfly. Okay, here I have all the stones that I'm going to be working with, and this is going to be the body of my dragonfly. If you notice, I choose from big stone, medium to tiny stones. Always be sure to put them together so you know if it looks right with the background that you're designing. Okay, now we are going to place the stones, and the big one is going to be right here on the center. I'm going to be using the clear powder to glue my stones. Right there. Take your stone and place it. Press a little bit to be sure that the whole acrylic is grabbing the whole stone. Now I'm going to put the eyes of the dragonfly on the top. Right there. Second ball of clear. And you want to use clear because when it dries, you will not see the color. My second eye, adjust it if you need to adjust them. Now I'm going to do the whole body. I'm going to start with a medium stone. Right, following the next one, the big one, and right there. Press. Leave a tiny separation in between. Now comes the small, tiny ones. One there. We're gonna put the second one. You don't have to grab more liquid because since it's such a small amount of acrylic that you're grabbing, you still have enough liquid for picking up those tiny little balls. So I have two. I'm gonna put a third one of clear. There we go. You can put as many as you want or as little as you want, depending which is the size of the design that you're doing. My last one, I want to be sure that I make a statement over here. So I'm going to put an orange one. Right there. Press. And that's the body of my dragonfly. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put some details around the wings of my dragonfly. Okay, now let's just outline softly the outside of the wings of, not the butterfly, of our dragonfly. Small details, just to emphasize just a little bit what we have. And I'm using the bold striper with some watercolors. Right there. And the other top, the same way. Now this step is optional. If you want to outline it, you can outline it. If you don't want to do the outlining, that would be just fine too. I'm gonna put some details on the bottom of my nail. And I'm even gonna put some details on the top of my nail, just like we had a half moon. This brush is perfect for those tiny and thin details. There we go. Now I'm going to take the silver and I'm going just a little bit around all the marks that I did with my dotting tool, just to emphasize it a little bit. You can be shy over here. You don't have to be aggressive. The other side. Just a small tiny details with a silver paint. Some tiny dots of my magenta, very, very tiny. And I'm just going to paint, give some different shades, using my magenta. Just remember, it's just like if you have watercolors and you're working with your watercolors. And a little bit over here with my peach. And this is our finished design. Now that all the colors that I place on my background are completely dry, I'm gonna seal the background with my Top Gel Plus. And I'm going to cure under the lamp, UV, for 2 minutes, and if you're using an LED lamp, will be for 1 minute. Now that my Top Gel Plus is completely cured, I'm going to take a wipe it with my Clinic solution, and I'm going to wipe completely the design. And here it is, our beautiful dragonfly. How fantastic was that? I'm sure that if you share this design with your clients, they're gonna love it. Well, until next time, have fun.